Tingha has come through a try by Sturgis, the lock forward. He converted his own try, and for Bingara, their 3 points have come through a try to Wade, the halfback, I think it was. No, it was Simpson. In fact, Simpson scored the try for Bingara, so it's 5 points to 3. Tingha leading in this junior match. Referees award a penalty to Tingha just out from their own line. It's not a bad day here at Tingha. The weather's pretty good, just a light breeze. Get pretty cool later on though this afternoon. And a reasonable crowd building up for these matches in both in reserves, juniors and first grade. Both sides either running first or second. So it's a clash of the top 2 teams in each division in the matches here. Now here's another penalty for referee Meadows. He's probably given about 15 so far in the first 20 minutes of play. And Tingha will take the penalty midway, quarter and halfway on their own end of the field. Penalty taken by Tingha. It's found touch a few metres inside the Bingara territory. Second kick up to be taken. Dummy to one play, given away to Connors. Fired out to the 5/8 running across field strong. He loses the ball. It's picked up by a Bingara player. It's the 5/8 Moncton. And Moncton is held just short of halfway. Tingha leading 5-3. Ball's played, goes away to Wade, the halfback. He's a busy little player. Fires a pass out the far side to a player up the sideline. It was the centre Bright. And he's down 10 metres inside Tingha territory. 5-3, Tingha leading in this junior match. They didn't... They've been beaten once, Tingha, this year, and Bingara, the juniors, are undefeated. So Tingha will be out to try and level scores with them today and get back level with them on the points table. Bingara being undefeated and scoring quite an easy win in the first round match down at Bingara. But Bingara now on the attack. It comes out to Turner, fires a pass away to the winger Levy on this side. He loses it. It's going to be picked up by Turner, but the referee, of course, rules the knock-on. Turner, of course, as you would see him on screen, is very much like his brother Brett Turner, who will be playing, I believe, with the Bingara reserve grade today. Exactly the same build, the same facial features, the lot. Young Turner, of course, a junior now. The Bingara scrum win. Wade fires it away to Moncton. The pass goes to Bryant. Then it goes to Turner, and Turner's thrown to the ground on the Tingha's court line by Baxter. Ball will be played there. Ball's fired away to Wade, the halfback. He's the danger man for Tingha. He's the man they'll have to watch. He's pretty experienced. He's played quite a few reserve grade games, Glenn Wade. Come up through minor league ranks last year, and he's a pretty good footballer. It's Dennis in possession, just a few metres short of the Tingha line. Tingha leading by 5-3. Ball's played, fired away to the winger, and he's going to score, I think. Levy, I think it is, on the far side. Or is it Dixon? Could be Dixon, the winger. Yes, it was Dixon, in fact, Stuart Dixon, the winger, who scored for Bingara. So they lead 6-5 with the conversion to come. Conversion attempt to be taken on the far side, I think, by Dixon, who's at the fullback. No, it's Dixon, the winger, who can take the conversion attempt for Bingara. Score is 6-5. Tries to Bingara scored by Simpson, and the other try to Stuart Dixon, the winger. Taking it back on the corner, just a couple of metres in from touch. He hits it, but it's a horrible kick. Never looked like going anywhere near the uprights. So the score remains Bingara leading Tingha by 6 points to 5. Kick-off taken by Sturgis for Tingha. Goes down to where it's picked up by the Bingara lock forward, I think, going straight ahead through the first tackle, almost through the second tackle. Connors has flung to the ground, but the Bingara player still in possession, reaching towards halfway. Eventually he's knocked over right on halfway. Good gain of possession there. Dennis, the prop forward, goes from dummy half, runs into the defence. Baxter's in there to hold him, and another player too. Ball's played, goes away to the hooker flying upfield. That's Chapman. Chapman's held midway half and quarter on the Tingha end of the field. Bingara in possession, leading 6-5. Wade fires it away to his 5/8 Moncton, back to Bryant. Bryant loses it. It's knocked on by the Tingha 5/8 strong, and the referee will set the scrum right in the cricket wicket area, midway between the half and quarter line. Referee for the juniors is Ian Meadows. Referee Meadows telling the halfback for Tingha, Craig Connors, to wait till he tells him to feed it. Here's a penalty. Bingara collapsing in the scrum. They didn't pack in straight. They went straight down to the ground, the front row, and a penalty to Tingha, 10 metres inside their own territory. So here's a chance for a relieving kick for the Tingha side. Now they'll take a tap. Sturgis it is, running across field, links up with the player on this side of the field, running up towards halfway. And that player is Williams, and Williams is still going. The centre, flying downfield, being chased by Wade. He might have too much pace. Wade dives and misses him, and Williams, the centre, to look like he was held on the halfway line, has scored about 20 metres in from touch on this side of the field. And he looked as though he was held. We apologise for the post in the fact because it's obscured our vision here, but Williams has scored, and that makes the score now 8 points to 6 with the conversion to come. Sturgis with a chance to put Bingara in front by 10-6. He hits it, it's a good kick, he's going to kick it. Yes, good kick by Sturgis. So 2 out of 2 to Sturgis, and Tingha race away and lead in this junior match by 10 points to 6, getting fairly close to half time in this game. Bingara recommence play from the centre of the halfway line. Kick off down, taken by the Tingha player running across field. Gets out of the first tackle, then goes under a high tackle from the prop forward Dennis coming through outside the quarter. Bingara leading by 10 points to 6, scoring. Tingha's leading 10-6, scoring 2 tries and 2 goals to Bingara's 2 tries and no goals. Player taken just outside this quarter, midway half and quarter on the Tingha end of the field. Ball played. Sturgis fires it away. Connors to Strong. Strong looking up to Williams now, fires the pass further out to Baxter. Baxter goes back inside, runs into a tackle of the players there. Turner was in there, also another player for Bingara. Williams at dummy half, what'll he do? Gives it blindside. It's taken on the first by a Tingha player coming through pretty quickly. That's Shoots, and Shoots is held 10 metres inside Tingha territory. Dummy half. Fires it away to a player running across field. It's Walker, and Walker's held 8 metres inside Tingha territory. The very bulky hooker for the Tingha side. 5th tackle, says referee Meadows, as the ball's played. It goes to Connors. Connors the halfback, little halfback, dummies to kick, then fires out further to Strong. Reverses inside to Williams, the centre, look forward. The Williams is going to be held on the 6th tackle, a few metres inside Tingha territory. So it's 10-6 in favour of Tingha in this junior match. One of our sponsors today is Bob and Lynn Tootle at the BP service station at Gilgai for all your petrols, oils, Kero, LP gas, party ice, takeaway food, groceries, cold drinks, the lot. At Bob and Lynn Tootle's BP service station and Gilgai, at Gilgai, good place to be. And one of our sponsors today is in fact Bob and Lynn Tootle out there at Gilgai. Now Baxter in possession for Tingha, and it goes up over halfway line, goes straight past the winger pretty easily, taken from behind by Turner, and almost put his foot into touch. But the referee, touch judges, stands motionless, so the referee says play it. Dummy half is Gardner, gives it away to another player coming through quickly. Try and pick him up, he's held. Ball's played. Dummy half shoots. Fires it away to Gardner. Pass to Williams, almost another forward pass. He loses it, he tries to push off a Bingara player, regains it, and the referee rules the knock on. Referee Meadows calling both packs apart. Now they reform. No, referee blows the whistle, and not happy. The hooker for Bingara was down in that scrum, but the referee's taken no action. That was Chapman. Referee says put it in again. This time it's a Tingha ball. Pass comes away to Strong. He goes it out to Williams. They're using this centre pretty well. Gives it to Strong, who went around him. He's trying to create the overlap for Gardner, but Strong, the 5'8", buried in the ground, 30 metres away from the Bingara line. 10-6 the Tigers lead in this junior clash. Dummy half this time is Gardner. Gives it away to a player coming through on the burst. Who is it? It's Dodd. And Dodd is held. Midway half and quarter on the Bingara end of the field. Dummy half again is Gardner. No, referee's penalised. Gardner. He's telling Dodd it was. And another penalty's been awarded for back-chatting. He told Dodd to play it on the spot. Dodd had apparently walked forward a couple of metres. He argued, and the referee had no hesitation in taking play a further 10 metres downfield for the penalty. So now Bingara have found touch outside the Tingha quarter, about 30 metres away from the Tigers line, in fact, and the second kick will be taken by the winger Levy. Levy fires it away. The player coming through, it's Chapman, and Chapman's held just inside the Tingha quarter. Levy at dummy half, back to Dennis. Dennis tries to push off a player, but he can't, and he's held just inside the Tingha quarter, using them straight up the centre of Bingara. Here's another player in the run, but he has to stop. Then he gives it away to Wade. pass further out to Bright. Then it goes to Turner, and Turner's hit as soon as he gets the ball. He's lost the ball, in fact, taken away from him. Pass goes out, the winger flying downfield. Throws it back inside a player who trailed behind him. It's little halfback Connors being chased from behind. Hasn't got the pace, and as he suddenly loses the ball, let's see, 15 metres inside the Bingara territory. So Bingara back in possession after a good move by Tingha. The referee says play the ball. It's played now, running from dummy half. I think it could be played. Here's a penalty. Tingha inside the 5. And the penalty goes to Bingara, 10 metres inside Bingara's territory. Dixon it is, who'll kick for touch on the far side and finds touch at a point about 20 metres inside the Tingha territory. Half-time bell in the background, 10 points to 6 in favour of Tingha. Bingara may put the kick up here from the tap. Mountain gives it away to player. Now they're going to try and run him through. Gives it away to the winger, the hooker Chapman, still going. Gets away from one player. Finally held by Shoots, and that's the half-time bell. So at the half-time, Tingha leading Bingara by 10-6. For Tingha, 2 tries, 1 to Sturgis, 1 to Williams. Sturgis has kicked 2 goals. And for the Bingara side, there are 2 tries, 1 to Simpson and 1 to Stuart Dixon. Half-time score, 10-6. We'll be back in a moment with all the action of the second half. And the second half of this match has been underway a couple of minutes, and Tingha leading Bingara by 10 points to 6. And Tingha are back in their own quarter trying to work the ball out of that danger period. Taken by Williams, throws a quick pass back. It's lost by Tingha. Referee says knock back. And Williams, the centre, dives on it to regain possession for the Tigers. Just out from their own line, ball's played. Goes away to Sturgis. Sturgis puts the kick in. It's over the head of Williams. Good kick by Sturgis. It will fine touch just a few metres inside the Tingha territory. That's where the scrum will pack down. Tingha leading 10-6, the try scorers for them. Sturgis scored a try, Williams scored a try, 2 goals to Sturgis. For Bingara, tries by Dixon and Simpson. Referee calling out the prop forward Valari before the scrum packs down. He's indicating to him what he's doing wrong in the scrum, or what he believes he's doing wrong. Scrum packing just inside Tingha territory. Ball's in, scrum, push back, referee awards a penalty to Bingara. What's the ruling? Loose arm, collapsing the scrums was the ruling, and the Tingha hooker Walker was the last man up, so that would seem to indicate the referee was correct in that ruling. So the penalty has found touch, midway, half and quarter, on the Tigers' end of the field, and Tingha leading 10-6 to be a boil over if they defeat Bingara. Bingara undefeated in the junior competition so far. Taking the tap, it comes out to the player running straight ahead. Who is it? Could be Brown, and Brown's held just inside the quarter. Wade at dummy half. Didn't see the ball and knocked it on, in fact. Halfback Wade was too busy organising his players around the ruck, and the ball was played, and suddenly when he realised he had to pick it up, he fumbled it in a panic and has knocked it on. Scrum packing right on the quarter. Halfback Connors will feed it for Tingha. Ball's in, dived on by Connors at the scrum base, just outside his own quarter. Kick through and the play the ball. Stroppy play the ball. Dived on by a Tingha player. Good work by them, so they're in possession. Kick through again. Going backwards, picked up by Turner. Turner goes straight ahead, away from Sturgis. Sturgis comes again, and with the assistance of a couple of other players, Shoots was in there, Dodd was in there, holds him on the quarter. Ball's going to be played there. It's played, comes away to the prop board, going straight ahead. That's Dennis. And Dennis is held 15 metres away now from the Tingha line, with the Tigers leading 10-6. Ball's going to be played. Goes away to a player going straight ahead. Who's it? Brown, I think it is Brown, and Brown scored. Yes, referee Meadows awards the try after a bumping run by the prop forward, and Brown has scored about 12 metres in from touch, and that makes the score 10-9 with the conversion to come. Penalty kick now by Dixon on the far side of the field. Hits it. Not a bad looking kick, swinging across there, no goal. So it still remains a cliffhanger. Tingha leading Bingara by 10 points to 9, and Tingha will bring the ball back to the halfway line for the recommencement of play. Ball's to be kicked off by Sturgis. The ball's gone down. It's taken by the second rower. That's Johnson for Bingara. Out of the first line of the fence, up towards halfway. Got plenty of pace. Being chased by Connors, but he's pulled down by the Tingha player on the far side. Outside the Tingha corner. Ball's going to be played now. Goes away to, I think it's Brown, the try scorer. Out of one tackle. Oh, they're finishing strongly, Bingara. Inside the Tingha corner, Brown's ordered to play it. 15 metres out, they've taken play in 2 tackles back to the Tingha line. There's a try! Scored by Turner, I think, the centre. And that makes the score now 12 points to 10 with the conversion to cut. Conversion attempt by Dixon. From far out, hits it, not a bad looking kick swinging in. No goal though, to the right of the uprights. So the score remains Bingara leading by 12 points to 10 for scoring 4 tries to 0, and Tingha have gone from a 10-6 lead at half time to a 12-10 deficit in the first 15 minutes of this second half. So Tingha at one stage looked as though they had the Premiers in, or the top side in trouble, but Bingara have got out of it pretty well with the sort of play that they've been showing all year, and now they're leading by 12 points to 10. But of course Tingha aren't out of it by the same token. There's still plenty of time for either side to seal this match. There's a Bingara player making good ground. It's the hooker, Chapman. And Chapman's over the halfway. Up and running again is the hooker. Finally taken to ground by Shoots, and also Walker in there too. It's played. Ball pass comes away to Wade. Wade the halfback steps. Tries to go up the centre. Pushes off one tackle. Then throws the ball away. It goes out further to Bryant. Bryant to Turner. Turner comes back in field. Turner running across field out of the first couple of tackles before he runs into trouble outside the Tingha quarter. Turner's gone to the wing after scoring that try. He injured a leg. Running from dummy half is Johnson. Johnson throws the ball back to Turner. He misses it. Picked up by a Tingha player. Flying upfield. And he's held in the tackle. That's Schumann. Schumann midway half and quarter. Tingha in. Ball played. Connors dummy half. Unloads to pass to Sturgis. And it goes to Strong. To Williams. Williams, the centre though, is held quickly as the Bingara defence comes up quickly and pushes the centre back over his quarter. It's played, goes away to Lou Connors, they're working blindside, it comes away to Baxter, Baxter pushes the kick in, waiting for the ball is the fullback, but Baxter might beat him to it, oh, he almost takes it, he loses the ball, it's picked up by a Bingara player, and he's on the run upfield now, over his own halfway line, 12 metres inside Tingha territory is held. Almost, that was a good work by Baxter then, he almost picked that ball up as it bounced in the air. Actually, he only had made a half attempt, really. He was content to get his hands to it, then lost it. And he didn't seem terribly concerned about it. 12-10's the score. Wade unloads a pass away to his 5'8". That's Moncton. Moncton looking for support. Gives it away to Bryan. Bryan comes infield, still going. And he's held. Throws the ball off the ground. Have to be a penalty. There will be. Penalty, referee Meadows says you threw that ball off the ground, which he did. He went to ground, let the ball go. And the penalty now goes to Tingha, 15 metres out from their own line and right in front of their own uprights. Sturgis takes the kick for touch and will find touch, a good kick too. He's found touch a few metres inside the Tingha territory. That's where the second kick will be taken. The fullback Willis tried to touch that ball, but it was too high for him. Over the touchline it went. Second tap to be taken. Tap taken. Gives it away to Shoots. Throws a horrible pass back. It's picked up by a player behind him. That's Shoots now in possession. The player originating with the ball was Dodd. And Shoots it is, who's held on halfway. He'll get up and play it. Played. Connors goes over head. Goes to Walker, and Walker loses the ball. Connors called that ball, but terrible pass from the dummy half. Went straight over Connors' head. And Connors, of course, is certainly no big fellow. He's only about 3'2", and the scrum will pack down just inside Tingha's territory. Here's a penalty. Referee Meadows calling somebody out. Halfback Wade's being called out. No, in fact Wade is the captain. He was called out to hear a caution to his hooker Chapman. And a penalty goes to Tingha a few metres inside Tingha territory. Quick tap, Sturgis. Oh, Bingara not back there 10 metres. Here's another penalty. As Tingha will take the tap this time. He takes the tap and runs across field. Sturgis by himself. Nobody's with him though. And he's held midway half and quarter on the Bingara end of the field. He'll play it. Dummy half is Dodd. And Dodd is flung to the ground. 32 metres out from the Bingara line. Run across field did Dodd. Sturgis dummy half to Connors. Connors linking up with a player on the burst. That's Shoots, I think it is, and Shoots is held in centre field and 40 metres out from the Bingara line. Dummy half Walker looks to unload to half-back Connors. He dummies to kick, then steps inside one player, goes back the other way, links up with the Dodd again. Dodd fires a pass away to another player, and it goes to Sturgis. Good play by Tingha. Sturgis still going, and dragged to the ground just inside the Bingara quarter. Bingara still in possession. Ball played. Connors at dummy half. The little halfback, what'll he do? He puts a little chip in. It's going to be too far. Well taken by the fullback. Here's a penalty. What's the reason? He's called out a Bingara player, I think. He's called out a Bingara player for using the knee, the referee says. That's the same player who was cautioned earlier for a scrum infringement. I'd say Tingha will probably take a kick for goal from here. It's only about 8 metres to the left of centre field. And the coach Chris Curtin yelling from the sideline to put it over. 12-10's the score, Bingara in front. They're taking the tap. Connors fires it back to Williams. Williams loses the ball as he tried to take it one-handed. A golden opportunity went begging there for Tingha, as they should have taken the 2 points for the offering. They're only 2 points behind, and they could dread that by the time the game's out. Scrum packing 15 metres out from Bingara's line. It's dived on by Connors, is it? The referee rules second row feet. I don't really understand how that worked out, because Tingha came up with the ball anyway. Differential penalty to Tingha. 10 metres out, in front. Tap, Connors. Away goes to Strong. Away to Williams. Williams to Baxter. Oh, Baxter's heading for the line, but he's run into trouble in the shape of Plevey on this side of the field. Loses the ball over the touchline. And so another scrum ball packed out. So Bingara, although they're inside the Bingara quarter, Tingha unable to sustain this attack. That's twice now in the first tackle they've dropped the ball. They can't afford to do that sort of thing. Halfback Wade feeds it. It's in, it's a Tingha ball, picked up by Connors. Away to Strong, away it goes to Williams. Williams props, goes back inside. Does it a bit too often though, Williams, and the defence converges on him and holds him 10 metres out from in front of the posts. They've got the overlap on the far side too, Tingha, if they move it. No, they're coming this way. Connors, they got the overlap this way too, but Connors runs himself. Too much individual play from Tingha. Williams, pass away to Strong. Strong to Baxter. Baxter runs across field though. The Bingara defence converge. He comes back this way, throws a one-handed pass that Williams can't take. But the second time in about 2 minutes he's knocked the ball on. The scrum will pack down 18 metres away from the Bingara line. Well, Tingha have only themselves to blame if they lose this one. Twice then they had overlaps, and twice players went by themselves. Ball's in. Tingha scrum. Referee not happy, wants it back in again. Wade, the halfback for Bingara, feeds it. Picked up by Wade at the scrum base, and he's held. 18 metres away from the Bingara line. Wade slowly to his feet too. Ball's played, dummy half, fires it away to Willis, the fullback, steps inside Connors' tackle, rows straight up the centre of the ruck. Met in the tackle on the corner though, by Baxter, and another player there too. It's going to be played, given away to a player, Moncton going straight ahead. He's a hard runner, this fellow. He's knocked over midway half and quarter. On the Bingara end of the field, taken there by Schutz, passed away to a player. Turner has gone straight through. No, it's might be Moncton, Brown, Green, somebody, I don't know who it is. Smith, and he's held outside the quarter. Ball on the far side. Now it's Turner in possession. Turner, the winger, going up towards the quarter, and he's held just inside the quarter. Powerful running by the Bingara players as they've taken play about 80 metres upfield. Pass goes away to the fullback Willis. He steps, gives it back to Plevey, and Plevey reaching towards the line, but he's still about 6 metres short. Fifth tackle, 2 on Bingara. Ball from dummy half Gillis. Gillis tries to dive in. He's scored, has he? No try, says the referee. There's a penalty. Referee Meadows penalising Bingara initially for a double movement. Somebody from the Bingara camp said something. He then took them a further 10 metres, and the penalty's gone to Tingha just inside their quarter. 12-10 the score in favour of the Bingara side, scoring 4 tries to 2, unable to kick a goal for Bingara, but they've been scoring enough tries to not necessitate the goal scoring. Kick taken for touch. A touch has been found midway half and quarter on the Tingha end of the field. Second kick to be taken. Tap taken. Connors. Away it goes to Strong. Strong the 5'8". The Williams. Oh, he dropped it again, but that pass wasn't a good pass by the same token. It was down around his knee somewhere. Gardner just, Strong should I say, more or less just popped it out. And Williams dropped the ball. So scrum packing outside the quarter. 35 metres out on Tingha's end. Ball in, penalty, no. Referee blew the whistle, but it's only another scrum feed. Connors defeated. Looks like being a good heel to Tingha. Referee no, not happy with it. In fact, the ball eventually came out Bingara's end. Connors this time defeated. It's in. Dived on at the scrum base, 5-way, the Bingara half-back. So Bingara in possession and leading 12-10. Running from dummy half, Monkton. He dummies in, runs into Sturgis, and Sturgis, with the assistance of another player, holds him in the quarter. Ball played, it goes away through to the centre, Bryant. Then it goes to Turner. Turner flying upfield. He's still going on. He's going to score another try. Good try by Turner. He's a solid running fellow. And once he got the ball, he set his sights on that goal line. Score is 15-10 with a conversion to come. Glenn Wade has taken over the goal-kicking duties for Bingara. He hits it. But again, that's to the right of the uprights. No goal. So it's 15-10 in favour of Bingara. And we're getting pretty close to full time. Ball's kicked off by Tingha. 15-10 is the score. Bingara scoring 5 tries and still failing to kick a goal at this stage. And there's another strong run by a Bingara player, taking play back towards halfway. Ball's played. Comes back to a Bingara player who's making ground upfield, still going. And he's held midway half and quarter on the Tingha end of the field. 15-10 the score in favour of Bingara. They were down by 10-6 at half time. Pass comes away to the prop forward. And he's held near the corner. A Bingara player down injured. It's halfback Connors. Pass goes behind a Bingara player. Here's a penalty. Tingha inside the 5 rules the referee, even though Bingara had lost the ball. And a penalty goes to Bingara just inside the Tingha quarter. A tap, and the player running himself and will score, I think. Has he? Yes, that's Bright. I think the centre has scored. Bright, the centre has scored. That makes it 18-10 with the conversion to come. Glenn Wade now with his second attempt at goal, and that again is a horrible kick by Wade. So the score is now 18 points to 10, with Tingha to recommence play from the centre of the halfway line. Kick-off taken by Tingha. They're down by 18 points to 10. There's a knock-on by a Bingara player. Could have been Valari who knocked the ball on, and time's just about up in this match. 18-10 is the score. Tingha in possession from the scrum, and comes out to a player who's held just short of the quarter. Chris Curtin has some work to do with these juniors. Some bit too much individual play by some of these players. Halfback Connors has shown some good move. There goes the pass away to Baxter. Baxter flying upfield, and he's pushed over the touchline. He's held in a solid tackle over the touchline. That's hurt a Bingara player too. And no try ruled the referee as Baxter didn't even get the ball down. There's an injured player at the same time.